Hi, I'm Dave Conn, and I can change your life.
Listening to him, first of all, he's a great human being. And because of who and what he stands for, it does make you want to go out there now and finally do something you've been sitting around and thinking about for months.
Because we can get pretty content not doing anything.
I don't believe that any of us are put on this earth to be stagnant. I think everything is growth.
Like Dave said, to grow both, I like the spiritual part as well, but physically and mentally, emotionally and spiritually. I think that's all very important, and I think you can get into a rut once you retire if you haven't made some plans to do something with your life in those years.
And the one story that really hit me, a guy named Larry Hossenfer, when he was 58 years old, he decided he wanted to go back to school. So he's now back in college, and he's thinking about, I always wanted to play college baseball, but, you know, I bet I could throw a knuckleball, because you don't have to be fast or strong or anything to throw a knuckleball. He became, one of the starters on his college baseball team. And I just thought that was really such a great story, because it was somebody who had a dream. When they got to a certain point in their life, they were saying, is this dream done? And they said, no, it really is. There is a way I can modify my dream to still do it.
When I was 50, I went back to school and took a travel and tourism course, and to make a long story short, I got hired as a flight attendant at 50 years old, and it was quite an experience.
Well, most people think when they go into retirement, there's a great big door opens up and all their problems, all their headaches are gone. They're just beginning. For those that retire at the same time, couples, you have your job, you come home, you spend a few hours and you do your thing. But once you retire, you're home 7, 24, 365. You don't have that extra time to do what you want to do. You got to learn to do things together as a couple.
When people retire, there's the feeling that I've been there, done that, and I got the t-shirt. That whether we're talking physical, emotional, intellectual, or we're talking spiritual. How often do we hear the guys especially sit around talking about when they used to play football, or when they used to run marathons, or when they used to? It's always when I used to. It's not what you're doing today. There's that feeling that I don't have to do anything physical anymore because I'm retired. Life doesn't change. It's not like, well, that's all behind me, this is all new. No, life still goes on. It's still going to be, how am I physically growing, how am I intellectually growing, and how am I spiritually growing? And this is what I can help you with. We're not talking about doing things you hate. We're talking about doing things you're going to enjoy. Intellectually, we're talking about increasing your interest in life. You could be talking about reading better books than you're reading right now. You could be talking about traveling, hobbies, whatever it might be. But you need to be expanding your horizons when it comes to your intellectual growth. Spiritually, everybody, whatever that means to you, everybody should be growing spiritually.
And I think what Dave says, that we need to challenge ourselves. We need to find the kinds of things that we like to do or would like to try to do, and then push ourselves, continue, never give up, and try to get those things done.
Dave's approach is easy enough for people to understand and actually identify with.
But here is someone who's lived it. This is a living example of what we can do if we put our minds to it. And I found that the most beneficial of actually speaking with someone or listening to someone who's lived it.
Now, anyone can say, I can change your life. But I promise you, if you'll give me some time, listen to what I say, and implement what I tell you, you will change your life. Implement a little bit, change your life a little bit. Implement a lot, change your life a lot.